Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. So this is going to be like, just kind of a random list of just like my favorites. Probably missing a few, but I'll give honorable mentions right now. So some honorable mentions for me are It Remake, Sleepaway Camp, Jeepers Creepers, Jennifer's Body, Orphan, The Scare House, and I think that's it. So, without further ado, let's get started. Coming at number 10, we have A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is my number 10 because, before I was not a fan of this movie. I had the 4-pack, I think you know what I'm talking about. The 4-pack of number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I was just binge watching them one day. And, number 2, 3, and 4, I did not like at all. I was just like, these movies are terrible. But after having an open mind to them and rewatching them kind of recently, I really just fell in love with the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I really love number 3. I think it has everything you need in a Freddy movie. It's scary somewhat. It has comedy. It's fun. And if you watch my other video, I said, for Cult of Chucky, I love the Insane Asylum setting, and I'm pretty sure this is Insane Asylum. And I just love that setting, and they do it perfectly in this movie. I really love all the characters, and I feel they're some of the best in the franchise, some of the most memorable. Because same with the Friday the 13th franchise, a lot of characters, I just don't even know their names. This one definitely has way more memorable characters. I also really like the kills. By far, out of every single movie, this movie has the best kills out of every single movie. That's just my opinion on this. At number 9, we have Urban Legend. This movie is probably my most underrated movie ever. When I was watching it, I was just like, oh, this is going to be such a Scream ripoff. It's not even going to be good, blah, blah, blah. And when I rewatched it, I'm just like, okay. Yes, it's copying Scream, but it's something totally new and something totally different. Some parts it did better than Scream. I don't know. This movie is just pretty much perfect, and it was just entertaining me every second. It wasn't scary, but the pop-outs were kind of startled me a bit. I like Brenda as a killer. I think she's hilarious. Number 8, we have Jaws. Okay, when I was going into this movie, I was scared because I was seeing clips. I've probably seen it before. I don't think I've ever watched it through before. And then when I just sat down to watch it, I just loved it so much. The movie, yes, it takes slow and it's kind of boring at the beginning, but once it gets into the action, it's so good. The shark, so real. And this is a movie why I'm scared of sharks. If this movie was never created, I would probably never be scared of sharks, and I probably just wouldn't have the fear of sharks, but this movie made me scared of sharks, so thank you. I'm glad it's a classic, because if it wasn't, I just was shocked. Number 7 is a movie I just watched maybe a week ago. Friday the 13th, Part 7. When I was going into this movie, I was just kind of like, okay, whatever, it's just gonna be fine, I wasn't expecting much, but when I finished it, I was just like, hold, pause. I just loved everything about this movie. The ending's kind of stupid with the dad coming in with the chain. I'm not really a giant fan of that. I wasn't a big fan of the whole Carrie versus Jason, but besides that, I just loved the whole movie. I loved Melissa, whatever her name was, the blonde rich girl. I loved her. Everyone kind of loves her. I just kind of love everybody in this movie, and the only thing that holds it back from being higher is probably the uncensored kills when he stabs one or something. It cuts away right away and you don't see anything. Number 6 is Terrifier. It's Terrifier, by far the creepiest movie ever. Arthur Connor's the scariest character ever for me. He's just so creepy, and I don't like watching it because it's so creepy. I actually watched this by myself really late at night, and it was kind of not good. But yeah, Terrifier is really, really creepy, and I do not recommend watching it at night at all. At number 5, it's actually a shock for most people because you would think I put the original before this, but number 5 is Halloween 4. The reason why Halloween 4 is better than the original, listen, I love the original. The original is such a good slasher movie. It's one of the most perfect slasher movies. But Halloween 4, I find more entertaining. I like the characters more. Jamie's one of my favorite protagonists ever. And I just love her so much. It's been, every single video this has been happening. The only thing that kind of holds Halloween 4 down is mostly the kills. The kills aren't that great at all. Like, I don't care for any. Like, none of them are, like, any of my favorite kills in the franchise. Like, probably, like, I don't want to be rude. This movie probably has one of the worst kills. Like, overall has the worst kills in the whole franchise. Overall, pretty much has one of the worst kills in the like, not worst, but, like, you're back. It was, like... but it does have some of the most forgettable kills and not as memorable as, like, let's say number 1, 2, or, like, any... Okay, you can leave now. That's a little rude. But yeah, Halloween 4 is just a highly enjoyable film, and I just really enjoy it. Number 4 is actually going to be Psycho. Yes! When I rewatched this movie, I just fell in love with it. I loved everything about the character Norman Bates. I loved the shower scene, one of my favorite kills of all time. I just loved everything about Psycho, and I think it's one of those perfect films. Even though the kills do look fake, I still do really love them. Yes, I can admit, like, some stuff doesn't age that well from, like, 2019 or whenever you're watching this. But I think it's still a highly enjoyable movie, and a movie I love to watch, and I watch pretty much over and over again. Even though I watched it for, like, pretty much the first time. Number 3, oh my god. This movie is the most beautiful horror movie ever. It's The Shining. Okay. Before, I never used to get this film. I used to be like, okay, what's it about? I never even knew, like, the guy who used to live in the hotel before, like, the Torrance family, that, like, he murdered the 2 twins. Like, I never knew that. I thought it was just some random twins, like, haunting the hotel or something. I was like, this is kind of, like, random, but... And then I, like, listened more, and I actually found out the damn story. Just better. Okay, this is my favorite setting in a horror movie. I know I said in my last video, my Chucky ranking video, that insane asylums are my favorite place for a horror movie. But this beats insane asylum. Okay, I don't even want to get started. It's so beautiful. I love the ending. Oh my god. Like, I don't even know where to start in this film. I love how he slowly gets mad. I love everything about this movie. And I don't know. I feel like it needs more people to know it because it's so good. So good. Number 2 we have is again Scream. Where do I get started on this movie? This could easily be my favorite too. I'm not kidding. This and my favorite, it's kind of tied. Scream is such a good movie. First of all, Cindy, Tatum, Randy, like, they're all so amazing. This movie probably has my favorite characters of all time in them. I love everything about this movie. I love the kills, I love the acting, I love the killer, I love Ghostface. Like, I like everything about this movie. Like, there's not one scene I'm just like, it's okay, I don't really love. Like, I love all the scenes, love everything about this movie, and I've always loved this movie since I was, like, 2. Like, I've always loved this movie. And I always will, and it's one of the most horror movies I watch the most. I literally want to watch it now. I just love this movie so much. Oh my god, I don't want to watch Scream. At number 1, we have Child's Play. Yes, I kind of tricked you yesterday with my ranking Chucky videos. I said maybe it's going to be number 2, maybe number 5. But Child's Play takes number 1 spot for me. Like I said for Scream, I don't even know where to get started on this movie. From the beginning to the end, everything about this movie is perfect. Yes, the Chucky midget, like when sometimes Chucky is a midget, doesn't look so well, but I don't care. I don't care at all. Oh my god, it's perfect. It's creepy, it's interesting, it's entertaining. The kills are good, the characters are really good. Andy's one of my favorite protagonists ever. I just love Child's Play, and I can't say much about it, just that I love it. I enjoy it. It's show-stopping. I love it, and oh my god, I keep saying I love it just because I love it. This movie's highly underrated. It's not like highly underrated like, you know, Urban Legend, but like it's underrated for me because no one really talks about it when people should because it's so damn good. Anyways, guys, that's the end of my video. Hope you enjoyed. New video tomorrow. Bye, guys.